Mochi, a clever and inquisitive tabby cat, had always been fascinated by the unknown. One lazy afternoon, while chasing a sunbeam across the floor, she noticed something strange. A small, glowing key tucked beneath a pile of old books. As her paw brushed against it, the air shimmered and a portal opened in front of her, beckoning her into a new world. Without hesitation, Mochi stepped through the swirling light and found herself standing in a vast, enchanted forest. The trees were enormous, their trunks twisted in impossible shapes, and the air hummed with magic. In the distance, she could see a sparkling river winding through the landscape, and above, the sky shimmered in every color imaginable. "Welcome to the realm of furry fantasy," a voice said, drawing her attention. Mochi turned to see a majestic white rabbit standing on a mushroom, wearing a small, ornate crown. The keeper of mystical lands, the rabbit introduced himself. "You have been chosen for a quest, young adventurer. Only by solving the puzzles scattered throughout these lands can you restore the magic that is fading from our world." Mochi's whiskers twitched with excitement. She had always loved puzzles, and now was her chance to put her cleverness to the test. "What do I need to do?" she asked, her tail flicking with anticipation. Alaric smiled warmly. "Your first challenge lies ahead, in the Grove of Shadows. You must solve its mystery before you can proceed." Mochi nodded and set off through the forest. The path was lined with glowing flowers that lit up with each step she took. As she approached the Grove of Shadows, the air grew cooler and the trees became dense, their branches heavy with dark leaves. At the entrance stood a stone archway adorned with ancient runes. Above it, a sign read, "Only those who can see the unseen may pass." "See the unseen?" Mochi muttered to herself, tilting her head. She padded closer, noticing that the shadows seemed to shift and move, hiding something just out of sight. Her sharp eyes narrowed as she concentrated, trying to focus on what was hidden in the dark. After a moment, she spotted faint paw prints leading into the grove, almost invisible against the shadowy ground. Mochi meowed triumphantly. She followed the faint trail of paw prints, stepping carefully through the grove. The shadows seemed to part for her as she advanced, revealing an old, gnarled tree with a glowing fruit hanging from its branches. The fruit pulsed with light, and as she approached, a riddle appeared in the air. The more you take, the more you leave behind. "What am I?" Mochi's whiskers twitched as she pondered the riddle. It was a familiar one, but she needed to think carefully. Footsteps. She mewed, her tail flicking with satisfaction. As soon as the words left her mouth, the tree's branches lowered, offering her the glowing fruit. Mochi took it gently in her paws, and with it, the shadows around her began to fade, revealing the path to the next realm. "Well done, young one," Alaric's voice echoed in her mind. "The first puzzle has been solved, but there are many more to come." Mochi continued along the path, her heart racing with excitement. The next realm she entered was filled with floating islands, each one connected by bridges made of light. The sky was a brilliant shade of violet, and the air smelled of honey and cinnamon. At the center of the floating islands was a massive crystal tower, and at its base stood a giant, luminous owl. "I am Hesperus, guardian of the Sky Islands." The owl boomed. "To pass through this realm, you must solve the puzzle of the stars. You must align the constellations in the right order to open the path to the next world." The sky above was filled with thousands of stars, each twinkling like a diamond. A constellation chart appeared before Mochi, with several stars scattered across it. She could feel the weight of the puzzle pressing on her, but her sharp mind knew what to do. Carefully, she began to align the stars, remembering the patterns she had seen in the night sky. As she placed the final star, the crystal tower hummed and the stars above began to shift, opening a glowing portal. Mochi stepped through the portal, her heart soaring with pride. "You have proven your cleverness and bravery, Mochi," Alaric's voice whispered, as if from every direction. "But your journey is far from over. There are more puzzles to solve, more worlds to discover, and more mysteries to unlock. You are destined to restore the magic to these lands, and only you can do it." Mochi's tail flicked with excitement.